morning, Newcastle.
Day 2 on the Rickshaw Challenge, and Andy from Chesterfield, who's in remission from leukemia, takes us out of Newcastle across the River Tyne.
Across the bridge from Newcastle to Gateshead, this kind of marks the start of today's journey. We've got 49 and a bit miles to go. Hopefully we'll be able to do this ride in just 10 hours.
Well, we hit one of our steepest climbs up the Old Durham Road.
We get the speed record, it's going to happen. Woo!
Where Ross, who has epilepsy, rides the rickshaw into his hometown of Sunderland and hits him.
See, that's the end. See, that's all about me,
Obviously Ross is incredibly strong, and he would never admit, you know, that times are difficult. But what has life been like for him?
It's a hard life, it is, because he could have a drop at any time.
Because of his condition.
You just don't know.
As we continue into the night, Ross and his condition of having spontaneous seizures becomes apparent.
How do you feel about that?
Doorstep.
Hiya! Evening! First couple of miles down. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
7 miles in, our first problem.
The disc is just really tight inside the two sides, and it's grinding as we go along, so we're just going to take the wheel off and hopefully we'll put it all back together again. All should be fine.
Ben has the task of getting us to our beds for the night, and it ain't going to be easy.
Fist pump for that.
The next morning, leaving Pinner bleary-eyed, it's Liv's turn to kickstart the rickshaw.
See you in Banbury! 63 miles!
Beat me. Woo! Easy.
Too easy. Yes, that's a good one.
Just as well he soon gets the hang of it, as we've attracted a crowd. Quite a big crowd.
Morning all! How we doing? Oh yeah. You're all high five. Yes, let's do a high five.
The road, a phenomenal effort from Team Rickshaw, and a huge warm welcome from Banbury Market Square, because they're here. Trivia for you, because Banbury, I'm sure you all know, is home to a very famous nursery rhyme, and so we have been practicing. Team Rickshaw, are we ready for this? Ben, you're going to kick us off.
Ride a cock horse.
To Banbury Cross.
To see a fine lady upon a white horse.
How was that? That was all right by local standards, and this is the actual spot where that cross used to stand. So then now we do not have a white horse, but we do have a fine lady, and we do have a rickshaw. So hopefully Saba very shortly will be riding that rickshaw down this yellow carpet. Fingers crossed, it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. We do know it's going to happen, don't we? Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, how are you doing? Donations at the back. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Dad, there's going to be tears in your eyes in a second, because here comes your daughter. Come on down, Saba. There we are. We've got brother and sisters here as well to greet. Dad's hired a 9-seater bus to be here. In you go, team. Go on. There you are. And that, to me, is what all of this is about. You guys have to travel 191 miles. Have a look. Here's the route. So we are going to be heading for Cannock tomorrow. That's tomorrow's destination via Warwick and Sutton Coldfield. Then on Sunday we're going to be heading to Salford Quays via Stoke-on-Trent and Knutsford. And then we've got an easy day Monday. There's only 57 miles to go, team. We're going to Morecambe via Bolton and Preston, and then Lancashire as well. So listen, from all of us here for now, have a great weekend. We're just going to do a bit of cycling until we see you next.
A cold, wet morning in Banbury. And even this early, our younger supporters are out wishing as well.
Goodbye, Banbury.
But the rains have come down this morning, and riding up hills is a challenge.
Nice breaths in through your nose, up a hill.
Over the weekend, our plan was to ride the rickshaw 132 miles, all the way to Salford.
Goodbye, Oxfordshire. Hello, Warwickshire.
And as we arrive to Shakespeare's County, here at Warwick Castle, the donations come in thick and fast.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, ever so much, everybody, for coming. Look at this. Oh.
Dance about it for the rest of the day.
Shake, shake, shake the room. Shake, shake, shake. Sweet Caroline.
Heading into Stoke-on-Trent, not only do we get a brass band accompaniment, we also receive some hospitality from the local fire brigade, who are at the ready with some edible encouragement.
You can't come through Stoke-on-Trent without having one of our local delicacies.
Having refuelled, the team take time out for remembrance. At 11 o'clock, we, along with the rest of the country, observe 2-minute silence for those who lost their lives in war.
Arriving in Salford in style that night. The weekend's route took them from Ashford to Lingfield and on to Hook.
Cold, damp morning. Abby, who's fought cancer and is now in remission, sets us off.
Here we go, see you later.
More confident going round like corners.
Another hurdle to overcome. Rain.
Oh, Abby. Come rain or shine, Team Rickshaw, they just keep pedalling.
In spite of the ghastly weather, you came out in force, and I can't tell you how much it helps when spirits need a lift.
Hello, how are you? Nice to see you.
And as Harry takes over, his mum Jill is overwhelmed by the love and support for her lad.
So surreal having all these people shouting out your son's name. It's incredible.
Look at all this, you see.
I know.
Go on, Harry, give him a cheer. Go on.
Harry.
Oh, yeah! Do you know, I'm going to change my saying from happy as Larry to happy as Harry.
The rain is back, big time. Kayla steps in.
I hit rain in my fist.
Yeah.
It's annoying, isn't it?
You're doing brilliant, Kayla.
Am I okay here? Yeah.
Yeah.
But these young riders are troopers, and they're not about to quit.
And we've done it!
Our journey across the weekend is around 100 miles, which seems symbolic as the team marks the end of the First World War, which ended 100 years ago.
But we are not stopping pedalling. Uche, you ready to start day 2?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Come on!
Thank you.
Cheers all! Thanks for a lovely... Good morning!
There's nothing more guaranteed to dampen your spirits than rain. And 30 minutes in, there's lots of it.
Not pretty, is it?
Down, Uche puts some power to the pedals.
All right, all right, all right!
We can't use all of the gears, which is disastrous. We later get the chance to fix them at a fire station.
So this has actually come detached from that chainring, it's sheared off.
After some tinkering, we're ready to get back on the road. This time with Thomas, who has cerebral palsy. He has a huge task ahead, but none as renowned as the one in Hertlepool, which carries the record for the world's steepest.
Some hard turns.
But the team are there to lend Thomas a helping hand.
Look at him powering up here!
And his mum and dad are at the top, spurring him on too. Awe-inspiring place for us to ride through. And as Kelsey approaches the Machynlleth toll bridge, it's clear we're going to be crossing it in style. Normally, we'd have to pay the toll, but this time, it's us who's getting the cash. No matter where we are en route, Team Rickshaw always finds the time to stop and observe the Remembrance Day silence with the rest of the country.
Thousands of young people who are basically relying on the generosity of the good British public to donate so that their projects can make such a real difference to their lives. And, you know, it's not just, as you've seen there with Brielle's mum as well, it's not just the children that benefit, it's the whole family that it makes a real difference to. And that is, you know, it's always my kind of driving force, really, ever since I became a father. My perspective of children in need changed, and I don't know, you put yourself in the position, don't you, and think, what would you do if you needed that help, that extra care, that assistance? Because sometimes love is not enough for your child. You just need those people and those projects that are just life-changing for so many people. And so that's why year after year, you know, I come out and do what I can whether or not it's the Ramble with Countryfile or the Rickshaw Challenge for the One Show, which I'm back doing, even though I've kind of left the One Show now. I couldn't not do this.
No.
Here we go! Get in, son!
Jim was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease when he was 5 years old. It's caused him great pain throughout his life, and in 2018 he had a successful bone marrow transplant to help treat his condition.
Well, that was the first corner taken at Goodwood, like a pro. It's a very confident start.
But it's not long before Jim begins to experience some pain.
It just started burning a bit then.
Your back is it? If you want to go down the gears, if that's a bit easier for you.
Yeah.
Does that ease the pain at all, or does that...
It's still hurting.
Still hurting?
Yeah.
Where does that pain come from, Jim?
From when I had my bone marrow tested, but the backache comes every 3 or 4 months.
I see.
Yeah.
And so obviously you were hoping then that the backache wouldn't come in the period when you were doing your rickshaw, and...
Unlucky for me, it has.
We can just stop if you feel like you want to stop for a bit.
No, I can make it round.
Well done, Jim. You're doing great, mate. He had his bone marrow transplant 2 years ago, and he gets this reoccurring back pain every 3 to 4 months, and it's fallen exactly when the Rickshaw Challenge is happening, so he's really frustrated about it. He wants to do as much as he possibly can do, and he's pushed himself really well. Good lad, Jim. Your finish is just up here.
Yep.
Congratulations on being our first rider.
Thank you.
Take your applause, my man. Up you go.
With fine weather like this, you just have to take the opportunity to get the miles in. And that's exactly what Owen and Sarah aim to do.
Here he is. He wants 16. He's got 16. That's the record on the course so far, 16.5 miles an hour. This is a good pace.
Yeah.
Your face says it all. Come on, Sarah, you're doing great.
Lauren from Aberdeen has bone dysplasia and Turner syndrome.
And the track is all yours.
Over the years, she's had many operations to try and correct the bones in her legs and still experiences a lot of pain.
That's it, Lauren. Excellent. You've got a real talent. You have, and you've got a real ability to cycle this rickshaw. You're smashing it. And you're still smiling as well. And there we are, that's 1 lap done. From the second she got on, she was straight up the gears and went off like an absolute rocket. There's been an incredible racing history here, Lauren. I've got a feeling that you might be breaking Sterling Moss's record on this lap. Right, who's next?